Hey, welcome everyone to the live stream. Today we're going to solve a problem that my son has in his studio. But first I want to talk about this this giveaway that Average Joe is hosting. See, we'll make this a live screen, let this play. I'm sending out a link on Twitter. So anyway, make sure you check out his giveaway. I'm going to have a link in the description. Cool dude. He built a lot of stuff. The one thing that I liked that he built was a spool holder. So yeah, definitely sign up for this this giveaway. He's doing it on Gleam, and you can open up the link there and just fill out everything to sign up. He's one of the players on the 3D printing area for YouTube. Alright, so on to my son's issue. So this was our last live stream. This was a scarf rack I created for our friend Maria. So we'll do a new file. And I got measurements from my son. It's the width of the headphone. So the width of the headphone, you know what, let's pick, let it right. Do up. See if that makes the drawing any better, but I want to select that. Come on. I want to select yep, there we go. Alright, so this is the plane we'll draw in, I think. Let's see if it works that way. No, it does not. Why not? Oh. Why isn't it letting me draw in that mode? Alright, we'll just continue with the right. I'll worry about that later for the sake of the stream. Alright, so he gave me a measurement of 60. Alright, I took the measurement, so let's just do 3 millimeter by 60 millimeter. So we'll zoom out because it's. So this is the width, a little bit bigger than the width for his Audio-Technica headphones. The Astro's headphones, I own a pair also, was about half that, but I'm going to keep both sides the same. That way it's sort of balanced, but it also will let him hang it. Now what this is going to be is a headphone holder that's going to be screwed underneath of the desk. Now I'm going to try to model this as one piece, and it can be done and printed with supports. I'm going to consider doing it again, splitting it up and having some way to connect the pieces, either through force fitting or using M3 or M4 screws. Alright, so this here, then we need, so the components that we need is an area to hold the headphones. We'll need an area, I'm just drawing pieces right now. We're going to need an area to mount under the desk. And I really have no idea how big we're going to make that area. So that'll be the area that'll go under the desk. And the screw holes, I'll put screw holes in the part from below here. Then we're going to duplicate this. Let's see if I can copy paste. And so this will be over here someplace. Now the headphones aren't that heavy, but I want to build this so it's beefy enough that it'll be able to sustain the weight. And hoping it would snap based on the block below, but it's not. So let's see if we do this. Yeah, see, like that. I like that. It brings that line all the way up. There we go. And this value is 27. That might be a little bit too big, so let's go with a value of 20 millimeter. And we do want a gap. You know, I didn't measure the thickness. Let's see, he sent me a picture drawing that he came up with. So he wants a gap of 2.3 inches from this part here down to here. So let's put in 2.3 inches. Okay, so that's, we'll go that far. And that means we gotta pull these pieces down. Ooh. And we want these down here. And we have to extend this. It's pulling the whole thing. Okay. So can I change that value? See, we're going 3 millimeters. I don't know what it is. So let's just say 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. And then from the side, see, this piece here is not going to be straight. I kind of want it curved. So I think I'll want to extend this even further. Let's go down to like maybe 3 inches. So this is the view from the front. It's going to be mounted under the desk in this orientation. So the front of the desk, you're going to see this. But in actuality, it's going to be a little bit thicker. And I have to figure out how to switch the plane that I'm working in. So right now I'm working in the right, the ZY plane. Just bringing up the live stream on my phone. And I see I'm not even showing the screen. Yeah, so Scott, yeah. So my mistake. I'm gonna repeat everything I was just doing. So let's see. Let's switch view. I wasn't aware that I wasn't showing the desktop here. So this was a poor start to a live stream. And I'll just make that one of my checklists for a live stream checklist to make sure I go over everything. All right, we have this is the support. I'm just drawing. This is just sketching. No intention to use these pieces directly. This is like kind of like the construction lines you would draw when you're doing a sketch. To kind of get the basis of what you're doing. So the highlighted part at the top is what's going to be screwed to the desk. Then there's going to be some material that comes down that then two areas with hooks. I'll call it a hook because it'll keep the headphones from falling off. We'll have something like that. Something along those lines. But I want to make, instead of making it a square base, I kind of want a curve to it. So I have to switch to the other plane. Yeah, thanks for sticking with me, Scott. I could see people being like, what the hell, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. First of all, that's true. He doesn't know what he's doing. But yeah, I could see you bailing and good justification for bailing. So I want this to be a little beefy, so it has to have a vertical play here also. Nope. Just want to be able to change. It's moving it. I want to extend this. Nope, not letting me do what I thought it should let me do. That'll move the whole thing. All I want to do is move. Oh, you know what? I could change this. So maybe 10. Let's go -10. Nope. Okay, so it's just the distance. Then I can move it. Right, what is that distance? Well, let's move it down. And then we'll just do it from there. So 76, so I can go 16. That'll give me my 60 some millimeter opening. It might be too much, not sure. No, I want a 2.3 inches. So I think this is about 2.3 inches right here. And why is it letting me just do that and not the other one? I don't get it. Oh, okay. So are you suggesting maybe some type of foam maybe to protect it? This is going to be a curved surface, so if I were to look at it from the side view, I'll try to have some type of arc that's still an ellipse. Just a small arc, like maybe like that. That would be the side view of this piece here. So now I just got to figure out how to make all this happen with extruding and all, and punching holes and everything. So the top piece, I'm thinking it has to be thicker than 3 millimeters. I'll get some beefy screws up there to screw it in. Let's try to do some of this stuff. We will extrude this, and well, I don't even know how big to go. So we go like maybe 3 inches. And then we can punch some holes. Where am I seeing the hole? There we go. Diameter. Let's see, diameter for the screw. Let's go with I don't know what size screw am I going to use. I can always drill the hole bigger. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I like the idea of placing some foam in there. Yeah, his Audio-Technica had said that not so concerned about the Astros because I think the Astros themselves have foam in there, and the Astro-Technica itself might even have foam padding. But the headset itself, they got some real nice enamel paint or some type of powder coating that makes the headset look really nice. Alright, I know the object I'm going through, and I think I said that was... I don't even remember how thick this was. Let's measure. Can't measure that way. Inch. Alright, so 6mm. And go back to doing the hole. And we want to do it in this object. And I need to pick a spot to do it in, so let's just get it right to the top. Opening 2 holes would be enough. But you know what? I need to make sure that I can get to it. So this top mount, I guess we'll call this the base, but inverted, needs to be larger so I can get a drill and screw up in there. So I'll do these holes towards the edge. And let's just go with 3mm. It'd be nice if it would just snap to this. I don't like that it's not snapping. Oh, you know what? We can do this. Multiple holes. Simple distance. I'm trying to select the face. Not letting me select the face. Okay, maybe that's not gonna work. Alright, for now I just gotta eye this up. I think that's plenty of material to let me, what is that? That doesn't even look like a hole. Oh, it didn't go down far enough. That's funny. So let's just undo. I wonder if, yeah, that went far enough because I think that was like 24mm. At this point, I'm just doing holes. I don't care that it's not perfectly aligned right now. I think I can go back and remove those holes at a later point. Do this. I can use that as a guide. Still not snapping. All right. Thanks for sticking around, Scott. Yeah, I am recording it in high quality, and I will make another video where I edit this down. I not only live stream, but I record it. Hey, Average Joe. Yeah, so I showed your giveaway. Let's just go back to that. Let's see here. We lost it. Oh, it kept printing. It kept playing while I was sitting here. Like, there we go. There's your. So Average Joe's giving a. He's got a giveaway going on. Make sure you check out his channel. Give him a subscribe. Hit him up with a like on his videos. Cool stuff that he does there.
I'm top 600 on Destiny.
Really? This is my son, everyone. So he's top 600 on Destiny.
What?
I'm live streaming. So Destiny on which version? PC?
I'm top 600.
And how many people are playing?
A couple million.
Couple million. So you're top 600 out of.
They're like highest light level right now.
Yeah, that's cool. You should screenshot that and tweet it. Yeah, so my son plays Destiny on the PC. All right, so these holes are horrible. I need to figure out how to do construction lines in 360 because that would really help. And I'm wondering if like this is something what they do. But in SolidWorks, I could draw a line and turn it to construction, and then everything would snap to that line. So that is the top. Now I want to extrude this middle part here. That's a lot of plastic. I would really have to change the infill on that, I think. Might even be able to do this like a curved type conserve on plastic. I'm thinking I might do that. Let's do this differently. Switch to the bottom. See if I can make a plane here. Construct. Plane tangent to face. Zero. So zero offset should. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now I got the new plane. That means I can draw on this plane. And now I can draw a sketch. Hey, no problem, Average Joe. Yeah. Good stuff. I gotta quit my. I'm using my app, YouTube app, for following along with the comments. I need to get that. I don't know what that app is that Jatman uses, where you can take the live stream comments and show them, overlay them on the video. I gotta figure out how that's done. So let's do an ellipse and 2 points. Nope, center. Ellipse. Yeah, so this will be the mount. So I'm not wasting as much plastic by doing this. And this is what I'm going to extrude. create, extrude. Guess I can just go all the way and then I can change it later. Let's try it that way. Chat pop out. And then I'm wondering if I can overlay that. I could definitely grab that in OBS and overlay that. Yeah, I think that would work. All right, cool stuff. Yeah, I'll play with that more. All right, now I got that. And this is a headphone holder. For those of you joining, this is what I'm going to print. And then I need to do a plane in the center here. That center point. The plane I actually want down here. Let's hide. Not letting me hide the whole body, yeah, but it's treating this whole thing as one object, which is fine. I just have to work within the boundary. So now what I want is a plane from the center line of this face here. Let's see if we can do that. So construct plane between two faces. Okay, so let's see, that's face one. And can I select face two? And that is kind of not what I wanted. It's cool though. I like how that worked. Do this, create. Plane through two edges. So it wants me to select an edge. I wonder if I can do the midpoint, the mid plane. That's how I can do it. All right, so construct mid plane. We'll select this face, and we'll select the other. There we go. So that gets us our mid plane. Now that plane is selected, right? The plane go. Oh, I gotta hit OK. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, I'm figuring this program out a little bit at a time. Alright, now what I want to do is draw the headphone holder itself at this point. So we'll do a sketch, ellipse, and we want the center point, which really don't know. Oh, there's the center. We'll go. Yeah, I got to get my calipers and measure the width of the headphone. I don't think I need to worry about too much. I just want to make sure that I'm not too big. Okay, so I'm not going to make it this entire width here. We'll go like 30, maybe 40 millimeter. Just put that in. What did that do? That didn't do nothing. Good. 40. Yep. Where's it drawing this at? Ew. $40 millimeter. Yep. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, we got that. And then what's it doing? Why isn't it continuing on to the next? So there's no problem doing a circle. There we go. Alright. I don't know why that was giving me a hard time. Right, now I want to move this down to here. But I want it in this area here. I want a plane at this point. Construct tangent plane. Oh, it's not the command I want. Plane through 2 points. Axis through edge. There we go. That gives us an axis. Yeah, can we... I want to extend this axis out. I can do an offset plane. He said we wanted 60 from here, so that's how we can do it. So we can do construct. Offset plane, we'll do 70, 65 millimeter. And then I just need to bring this down so it's below that plane. I want to extrude, but it's cutting. I don't want to cut, I want to join. I want to come out. I think we're saying we want to come out at least 60 millimeter. And then I want to do the same thing the other way. Extrude. $60 millimeter, and we want this to be a join. All right, so these are the two places where the headphones will connect. And now we can shrink this guy, I think, somehow. Maybe not. This would really be good as two separate pieces. So if there's a hole in the middle here that I can fit this piece into, I might do it that way. So we can measure the distance from, I'm expecting to be 120. Yep, so we got 120 millimeters. You know what, that's not correct because I want 60 wide. It needs to be 60 wide from this point. So let's find out what this measurement was. .25 wide, maybe. .89 by what? Come on. That point to that point. Got 8 millimeters. So I need to increase the length of that extrusion. Why has everything disappeared? Oh. Because I'm in the middle of editing the features, maybe? That breaks something. There we go. I think the only thing I want to do is make this a separate part. It's 120 millimeters long. Yeah, so did you install Fusion? You just have to make sure you put down that your business is making less than 100,000 and that you're a maker. So that is to sketch. Feature. Go with 0 for now. Doesn't want me to do 0. How do I delete the extrusion? Where did I do that at? That was up here. Undo. Now I just want to use this guy to make a hole. Create extrude. Oh, I can do a new body. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, new body. And we'll make that 120 millimeter. See what happens there. Which means that I would be able to select that object. Now, can I hide that? The key doesn't exist. Now I can cut. I don't know if this is the right way to do this, the best way to do this. Now I can extrude that guy and make a hole. Right. Do it that way. Yep, that worked. I want to make a hole the other way. Alright, so now I got my hole where presumably I can stick that piece through. That would be cool if that worked. So now I have an object that I can print. From the bottom. So I would orient it on the platter this way, where this would be the bottom, and it would print upwards, and we would just need supports right here in this part for this opening. And I can imagine there'd be some sand in there. Yeah, this is gonna work. That's cool. Good stuff. Alright, so which plane do we have? The plane. That's that plane. Turn all these planes off. And we'll do a plane 0. And what I want to do is draw a rectangle. What are you doing to me? Where aren't we seeing the plane? Alright, so I got my rectangle, and now I want to change this rectangle. I don't know, can I edit this? 2-point rectangle. All I want to do is change its sides. Fix, unfix. Did that do anything? No. Alright, let's just undo that. I'm going to move on. Now the last thing that I want to add to this model is to the end pieces. Let's see if we can find this end piece. Body 2. We can sketch. Copy. All I want really is that one. That guy. Copy, paste. No, it's not letting me paste. I wonder if I could switch to another plane. Nope. Really what I want to do is, on both sides, is make a larger ellipse. Let's just make it plain. And I just need to make one piece and print it twice. And then I can glue it on with some CA glue. Offset 0. Yep, sure we'll do it. So I want the ellipse to be larger. Done. And then I can extrude it. Uh, 5 millimeters. And this will be a new body. So that way I can just select that body. Create the STL file. I can create this body for the STL file. That's that one. And why is it showing that on there? I don't want that to be highlighted. Yeah, so I can select that. Let's see if we can do that. Save this guy as a headphone nail. Alright, then I can save the STL files. This is the first STL. You know what? I don't remember how wide I made this. Because I think it needs to be longer than 120. I can measure how wide this is. From that face to... Oh, come on. 130. Okay, good. Alright, this is going to go into headphone holder. Headphone rack holder. Alright, then we want to show this body. Selecting it. Perfect. That's what I want. Headphone mount. Under desk mount. And then we just need 2 of these. Headphone rack holder end piece. So those 2 will be glued on. I'm just going to glue them on. I don't care about having to screw it on and have it be directly in the center. Although I could do a little trick where I cut out some of the... yeah, let's try that before we continue. So into this piece, I can extrude. Oh, no. I want this guy to move. Nope. Okay, I'm not going to do that just for the sake of the stream. I'll worry about that later. What I wanted to do was cut into this. Let's see if I can move this quickly. If I can move this whole thing up to here. Nope. I want to move the entire object. Selecting everything, and I don't want to move everything. Move copy. Well, that worked. Now maybe I can cut into that. Let's extrude. And we'll just go in a bit. Now that way, when these pieces are printed, I'm expecting that they snap on. Oh, hey, Bob. All right. I will show you what I'm doing. Let me just save this last file. 3D print. That's the end piece. I'll replace that one. All right, so let's turn on everything. All right, so what we got is this piece, and this piece is one. It'll be printed with this being on the bottom. Then this is a separate piece. This one here. See if I can move that whole thing out of the way now. Do this. Move him out of the way. And then this last piece I want to move out of the way. And then you can see the breakdown. So I have this piece that will, hopefully it'll fit through without much sanding. And I'll glue it in place somehow. Then these are end caps that will fit on each end. I cut out part of it, and that'll be glued. I'm not even gonna bother screwing it down. I put 2 holes in here, which I'm looking at this, I can definitely get to the screw holes, so that's not an issue. They're not centered or anything, the screw holes. They're not on some plane. They should be. I should have made it a nice pattern there, but I did not. So I just need 2 of these end caps printed, one of this and one of this, and these pieces will be printed. I don't know, do I do them separate prints or do I do it all in one print? I think the quality will come out better if I do separate prints. My tree's a mess. So don't even I am far from an expert. I am a Fusion360 noob. So anyway, I'm hoping to do this with some, like, I don't know, it's pretty thick. Let's see what the distance is here. Just to get an estimate. Loop like that, that's not telling me nothing. There we go, I can measure that. All right, so that's 19 millimeters. So what I want to know is what I can print that at for infill. Right? Do I use 20% or do I go even lower? And it's going to be two headphones that are going to be resting on both sides. So this will be pushed through halfway. Then you got the headphones resting on. So I don't know if it's. This could be a horrible design, and it may fail. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna get the printer ready and try to print. I gotta connect up my Ethernet cable because I unplugged it for a PC. Let me slice first. I got the pieces already. This was I modified my tie rack to make a scarf rack. Let's delete that guy. Where am I going? Headphone holder. Let's take a look at the mount. And we can slice, export. And let's look at the layers. It's not horrible. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Oh, you know what? I did not do the supports. I got a feeling without the supports, I'm not going to be able to fit this piece in. So let's. Not that much of a difference in size. 200K. Yeah, much better with the supports. I feel better with that. Because the idea is that one piece is going to push through. And I want to do this as one print. Each piece is going to be its own print because I want the repeatability so it looks nice. I got a feeling that having it move across all the way to print the other piece and then come back, there's a chance that the slightest thing could change. Alright, let's switch our other camera. I set up my hotkeys for switching the cameras now. Alright, we're going to print this in black. I got a feeling that the amount of film that I have may not be enough. No, we'll try it. I need my cable. I go hardwired for my Pi. When I did the wiring in the house, I added Cat 6 E, whatever it was, the latest wiring to everything. So if you didn't know, this is my maker coin. This was what I took to the Maker Fair. And I had Joel and Angus and Chuck Hellebuck, Press Reset, they all signed it. Let's raise, since I'm going to preheat, I'm going to raise the x-axis. What is the axis I mean? I raise it about 150 to 160. Alright, so you're saying don't overlook the way your layers will run. Alright, tell me more about this. Explain what you mean. And what layer in particular do you want me to look at? Is it another setting I have to change? Alright, 6-hour print, so that'll be done by 10, 11 probably. Then I can start the next print, which will be the headphone holder. It goes in between. Assuming I have enough filament. All right, well, we're giving this a print, see how this works. In the meantime, your comment about the Bob, your comment about the layers, I want to make sure I'm not missing something. I don't quite understand what you're saying. All right, I'm going to let this live stream run, showing this. I'll mute the microphones. Just going to show the print capturing. And then we'll come back and review this. In the meantime, I have to work on some shelves for our linen closet. The way that the shelves were done by the previous homeowners, the shelves are only like 2/3 of the way complete, and there's plenty of room to put another board in to make it a full from front to back depth shelf. So I'm gonna cut some wood and do that now. And hopefully this print works. Yeah, thanks for supporting the channel, Bob. Appreciate you hanging out in the live stream. But like I said, I'm going to run now. I'm not going to be here. I'm letting this do its thing because I did my part. I recorded the stream. I'm actually recording now. And I will edit what I did to show how I created this. And even if it was a failure, I'm going to show that because I think that would be good for the community to see that something you have to consider. live streaming right now, so don't talk about any patients or anything. So this is so this is headphone holder.
It's a headphone
holder. Yeah. So let me show you in Fusion. So this is the part I'm printing right now. It's printing upside down. It's going to be mounted under the desk.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy to me. So is that a wire around it that's open? One little single thing, and then it starts? Is that how that works?
So
you see the one around all the way
one around was really meant for priming the nozzle.
Oh, okay.
So it just goes around and it just...
Got it. I got it.
Yeah, it extrudes the material to make sure that the nozzle is... So that when it actually starts printing, it prints well. And it's designed to print...
Feel the heat coming.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the temperature you can see. Right? So now it does the layers opposite, right?
Yeah, I see that.
So then it'll go across the other way.
Yeah, it's like a grid. It already went the other way.
And I can show you the layers here. Like we have the, let's see. Here. Let's switch to my other camera. I'm going to Fusion. Right, so this is the part that's printing right now, and I'm printing it upside down. And the reason why I'm doing it that is because it's optimized for the printer. So it's printing that way, right? And it's just printing this part right now. Then it's going to print this part, and hopefully...
Is that a tube?
Yeah, hopefully this part...
How does it print a tube?
Well, I'm going to print it with the part down. And it can print a tube with supports. But when it gets to this part here, I'll show you what happened in the layers. So this is the representation of the part, right? So this is each layer, and then it gets to the point where it's doing infill. And infill is a percentage that you can specify. Well, I specified the default, which is 20%, which means that 20% of the volume is filled in with 3 perimeters. So these are the perimeters. So whenever it does the next layer, it's always doing 3 solid layers. I should say 3 solid perimeters of filament. And then, and even here, where the holes for the screws,
yeah, I see that.
Goes the same way. And then look, I'm gonna show you each one. So each one moves. It's just a little offset, right? And it all stays connected. And then it's working on this part, moving upwards, right? And so each piece of the infill is connected to the last one, just offset by the smallest amount, right? And then you get up here to where the hole was, and it starts doing support material. And this support material is stuff that I can literally push my finger in there and break it away. So it's not coupled like the other layers. See, this layer is coupled to the next layer, right? It's coupled to the next layer. You get up here to this next part, the only part that's really coupled is here. This is infill that is just lightly added, so it's not really glued to the part. See, and then you keep going up, and then you can see then it'll close in. And the reason why it has to do the supports is because it's having a piece that's overhanging. And it's almost like a bridging thing that you have to do, where you got to get the filament from one piece to the other. But if there's support material, it makes it much easier to have a more accurate print that represents what you want. Now, this could be a total failure. This opening that I designed here,
you don't know.
It's exact measurement. Like, I didn't make this smaller.
Is this a cap?
Elliptical. Yeah, this is a cap for each end piece. That's just a little bit smaller, and then that way, this piece is going to be all the way through the middle. So you can store 2 headphones under the desk. You'll have one on the right side and one on the left side, hanging on this piece. That's the intention of the design. And I designed this during the live stream. We're still live streaming now. I'm letting the print go. But I just wanted to show you that.
That's pretty cool, actually. So see, now it's doing it again the opposite way.
Yep.
So it makes it like it almost doesn't. So it's like a grid, so it doesn't slide.
So it finished that one layer we were looking at.
Yeah. Now it's going back the opposite.
Yep. And that's what it does.
What's the warranty on something like that? How long should this thing last? Or does it have replacement?
No, it's the only thing that they warrant is as long as you don't modify it, they'll warranty pieces. But I put the whole thing together. It's a kit. So let's say something fails with the electronics. As long as I didn't do anything that would render the electronics, they would warrant replacement of the board. But the whole community is making, I should say, the good manufacturers are making modifications and make improvements. So the manufacturer who made this one, they're making improvements every time.
Yeah.
So that the next version is better than the last version.
Just like this, just like your phone, just like anything else.
Yep.
The second you buy it, in 2-3 months, it's obsolete.
Yeah. We'll switch back to this camera.
Now, you have a camera on there?
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
You're too much.
And this is what's live streaming right now on YouTube. So I have to check to see if so there we go. That's what's happening.
That's crazy.
So I just took the microphone volume down some, so we don't catch a lot of ambient noise in here. Because now I'm working on the closet and the linen closet in the hallway. They didn't make the shelves big enough, so I'm just cutting the shelves that are bigger. Yeah, so your computer, you can hit the power button. I didn't have to install anything or whatever, and it's disconnected from the internet right now.
So what do I have to do? What do you still have to do?
Later I'll install this.
So that's not in yet, so it's still going to be slow.
Yeah. Well, it might behave faster because it is Windows 10.
So this is all that I've installed.
I didn't have to install anything; it just upgraded. So you're gonna have to see if everything works for you.
Oh, so you did or didn't have to plug that in?
I did not.
Okay. Why did you want it then?
Because the first step is to upgrade to Windows 10.
Okay, must be really hard because I'm not following it.
Windows 10 is the latest version of Windows.
Okay, and that works right?
I was able to log in.
Okay. Oh, so you put Windows 10 on?
Yep.